to video much. It's been really hectic, which it has been for the last couple months, but we are in the process of moving still. We got most of our big stuff. We've been living here for a few weeks. We've got a lot done. One of the most important things, turn you around, so we got our flag up. Well, we got some of our trees planted. Late in the year, I hope they survive. Right now I'm warming up vehicles. It got down really cold last night, which it has for last week or so. Got a small fire going. What I wanted to do, one of the things, oh, by the way, this is one of our projects that hope and finish today, getting a fence up for the dogs. Because our dogs don't, they don't tend to stick around very long if you turn them loose, and with all the coyotes and predators out here, it wouldn't be a good idea for small dogs to be loose. But this is what I wanted to look at. Our water system, which I still haven't got the lid on it. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Me cleaned out again already. It's only been a few days, but I don't know if you can see. The water's still flowing. It got down probably about 15 degrees. Yeah, good morning. And the water system seems to be working pretty well. Like I said, it's just a tank heater and a small fountain pump with a pipe that runs back through. It circulates the warmer water. It'll probably be even better when I do finally get the lid finished and get it on there. Need to check my food. Make sure the girls got plenty. This system works out pretty good. You don't have to come down. Maybe, yeah, that one's pretty full. Just to check on them. But as far as feeding or water, there's not much worry. And with the automatic door, which is working great too. Yeah, I'll get you some treats in a minute. But it's been so muddy, it's hard to get down here. You have to change your shoes and put on mud boots because it's an absolute mud hole. Right now the ground's frozen pretty solid. But like I said, we've been really busy. I don't even know where to start as far as what all's going on. I've had a lot of electrical issues. Weren't the builder's fault. It was a problem with just our electrician that we hired to wire up the pole barn, to run power to the pole barn. I don't want to wire it, but anyway, Mom's got treats for the chickens. But we had some trouble with a few things, and we also had a lot of trouble with the fact that we're both in our mid-50s, late 50s, as far as I get, and we have a bathroom fan that back in my day, you just flip the switch, it comes on. It's simple, but it's not that way anymore. You had to actually program the bathroom fan. It was running all the time. I was mad. Haven't figured out the microwave. just barely figured out the furnace. It's got a little computer on it. Hold on a minute. All right, well, Mom and Gracie are going back to our house in town to get some things, and she'll be back shortly. It's because all my tools are in two places, so it makes it really hard. You know, if you need something, if you're there, it's probably out here, and if you're here, it's probably at the old house. In this case, I need a set of vice grips. Like I said, we're still working on the fence. It's nearly done. It's hard to work because I work during the day, and by the time I get home, it's almost dark. You've got maybe an hour and a half of daylight. So anyway, let me take my shoes off and we'll go inside. It's kind of a mess. We just got up and had breakfast a few minutes ago. As you can see, Mom's got decorations everywhere. She's been buying things for years for this cabin. And this is new. We had ADT come out and put sensors and smoke detectors, fire detectors, and I haven't figured this thing out. It's a computer. I can arm it and disarm it, but I've got a fob that I don't know how to work. Yeah, the stove kind of know how to work, but the microwave, I'm still clueless. It's got all kind of little, it's got the same things our old microwave had, but when you push them, it gives you menus, and I just haven't had time to read the manual. Refrigerator, same way. It's a little more complicated than what it really needs to be. And as far as our heat goes, I got the heat figured out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the spring because I'm going to have to read the book on it for the air conditioning. But yeah, we've pretty much we've got all our furniture, and this is a mess because Nick's not able to stay here yet because of the dogs. He's staying in town with them. Hopefully that'll end today. We can get the fence completed, and that way the dogs they need a bath anyway. And I really miss, especially my little bear. Haven't got to see him in a while. Turn it back around. Anyway, I'm getting all the vehicles are warmed up, tractor's warming up. I'm getting ready to start work again, try to get this fence finished. Well, like I was saying earlier too, we were having electrical troubles. We had the builder wire up a switch, a three pole switch rather, at the top of the stairs in the basement, and to work the light in the basement stairway only. And the electrician, well, when they wired it, they left a roll of wire that was connected to that circuit hanging below the floor so our electrician could complete it and put a switch at the bottom of the stairs. Well, his employees, one of them being an apprentice, I guess, had come out, and he wasn't able to get here. And his apprentice started wiring things up, and he wired up the circuit for that light, and he was trying to power it off of the circuit that they were wiring in our basement. And that's not what I wanted, and I didn't know what he had done, but it was 2 breakers anytime you flip the one switch, and it took me a minute or two to figure it out. I could have fixed it myself. It's just a simple matter of tearing into the because there's 2 switches, one for the basement lights and one for the stairway light at the bottom of the stairs. And it would have just been a matter of tearing that open and isolating one circuit from the other. But you know, I paid to have it done, so he had to come back out and fix that. And then we brought our dryer out, and after I had to put a new power cord on it because it's a four wire, and the one that was on was 3 wire, which is pretty simple. We wired it up, plugged it in, no power. And at first I thought I messed up, so I'm checking the wiring, and I started tracing back, and there was no breaker in the breaker panel for the dryer. The wires were there, and they had just put them all three of the coated wires on the neutral bar. So they had to in the meantime, other people had done their jobs, the furnace guys and so on, and they had to come back, and by the time they got here, the space that they wanted to use for their breaker originally was already taken, and he had to do some creative, and I really didn't even open that up yet to look and see exactly what he did do, but he had to get creative with how he put the breakers in. Before the dryer, he had to move around other breakers, and I'm not sure I want to know, but yeah, it got kind of hectic, and it was kind of aggravating because we really need to get moved in. It's not, you know, it's winter time, so it's really a bad time to be doing it anyway, and let alone have delays like that. But it's all straightened out now, like I said, and all our big stuff is moved. We still have lots of stuff in the attic, and my garage tools, power tools, and well, all my tools. We still have to get out here, but until I finish this fence, nothing else is going to get done as far as I go. Also, hopefully today, I have a wheel bearing going out on my truck, which is not what I needed right now. It's an old junky truck. I'd rather have that tractor than I would a brand new truck. So I drive an old piece of junk, but I have to put a wheel bearing in it, which I'm hoping it warms up quite a bit, and I get this fence finished off. So other than that, you know, like I said, there's just tons of little odd jobs that's eating time up, and I'm always rushed. So like I said, I'll get a little more free time where I can start working on getting the rest of the landscaping done, and looking forward to spring, starting my garden. My greenhouse working out really well so far. It's got a little heater in it that's set for 40 degrees, which it's been running because it's been really cold at night. But it's been getting really warm in the daytime. It was like 50 degrees yesterday, but it got down to in the teens last night. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.